soy una química con los corazones. Y toda la poesía la convierto en canciones. Soy como la varita mágica de Merlín, con espíritu rebelde como Houdini, tomando su martini y viendo chicas en bikini, paseando en su Lamborghini.
How's it going, people, and welcome back. Today we're going to be making up a barbecue recipe right here. We're going to be cooking up some low and slow St. Louis style spare ribs. Pork ribs on the grill. Spare ribs are another thing. Cut up St. Louis style, that's another thing as well. So, we're going to show you right here what we got going on. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got a rack of spare ribs, which I'm going to trim up St. Louis style. You could decide, to just buy your ribs already trimmed up St. Louis style at your local butcher if you feel like doing so. Or you could just throw it in the grill, just the way it is. I prefer to trim mine up, so let me show you how to do that right now. Okay, so I got my rack of ribs right here. And as you can see, you got these parts on it right here. Yeah, we're just going to start off with trimming up this part on the back right here that we don't need. Okay, done that. What you want to do, you just want to go over here on your stack of ribs, your rack of ribs right here, and basically touch on the top. You're going to notice there is a part where the bone ends and the cartilage begins. What you want to do, you just want to make a cut right here, just like that. Start off by making a cut straight up, like that.
And you always want to have a good knife, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. With a good knife, yeah, you would have a lot less problems like what I'm doing. At least I have the good knife. There's one problem I do have, and it's the little ghetto kitchen. As you can see right here, just to have her record me, I have to put myself on this side of the table in order to show you guys what I'm doing, because if I put myself over there, I think you got the point. However, moving on. Like I said, just cut through that cartilage, where the bone and the cartilage meet. There you go. That's just about it. Now, you could decide to grab this other piece of meat and, throw it on the side of the grill while you're cooking up the ribs. Leave it on your ribs and cook them up just the way they are. The reason I like to take them out is, well, first of all, it's two of us eating, so, this is sufficient, I guess, for two people. If you want more meat, just cook it up the way it is. I like to just keep this piece of meat for something else, like, I make a recipe another day. So that's perfectly fine for me. I just trim it off and cook it like this. Okay, next thing you want to be doing, on the back of your ribs right here, you got a membrane going through it right here. You want to remove this membrane. So, go under it with a knife or something. I don't know, I've seen in some videos people using a screwdriver or something. That works perfectly fine as well. However, I think you got the point. Just use a tool, lift this membrane up, just grab it because it's kind of slippery with a paper towel or whatever you got going on. And just work it off. Sometimes it just comes off all in one piece. Other times it tends to rip on you. Just, get whatever you didn't take off and, work it off, as a matter of fact. Alright, so I'm done preparing my ribs right here. What I want to be doing next is create a dry rub to put on these ribs. So very simple, I'm just going to grab some garlic powder right here. And like 2 tablespoons. I got some paprika. Add about a tablespoon of paprika. I got some red pepper flakes right here. Just going to add about a tablespoon of them. I'm going to grab some onion powder. Tablespoon of onion powder. About, I would say, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And last but not least, 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Let's just mix all this up, Alright, finished with a dry rub. What we want to do next, I got some Dijon mustard right here. I'm just going to grab this Dijon mustard, paint my ribs all over it with it, The mustard right here is going to flavor the meat and also help all that dry rub adhere nice to it. Okay, done with our mustard. What we want to do, we want to grab this dry rub and just sprinkle it generously all over the top side of these ribs. Don't worry about getting it underneath. If you feel like doing it, why not? I just put it on the top side where there's most meat of it. I don't really care about, putting it all over the underneath of it. So, just doing it like this. Okay. Just rub this all in there generously, done with that. So now we're just going to go outside and start preparing our grill and everything, and we're going to show you that next. But before that, I got the same problem like usual. Let me go figure it out. Alright, we're outside and we got our barbecue all lit up right here, and yeah. Let me just tell you the little technique that you got to use to do some nice low and slow. What you're looking for is a temperature of your grill around 225. You could do that by doing what I'm doing right here, which is I got half a chimney starter for a charcoal that's all heating up real nice, and a half a chimney starter full of, over here, with some unlit charcoal, which I'm going to pour on top. I'm going to pour this on top of the unlit charcoal. That way, when this burns, it's going to slowly light the unlit charcoal underneath. There's only one little thing that I should add on that maybe you guys would want to do that I cannot because I'm broke. Yeah, you might want to buy a thermometer to check the temperature of your grill, or else you're guesstimating, and that's not really what you want to do. But however, I think I told you what to do at this point. So yeah, thermometer, chimney starter, half chimney starter with lit up charcoal, half chimney starter in there with unlit charcoal. So this is already good to go. Let's just pour it on top right here. Okay, next thing, I got over here this little pan that I got in my grill. I want to add some water into it, you know. I'm just going to fill this up with water. What that water going to do in there is going to give you some nice moisture inside your grill. That way your meat doesn't go too dry, and it's also going to help regulate the temperature. Another thing you want to do, I don't know, depending on the grill you got, the size of the meat that you're cooking up, it might take a longer time, it might take less time. You know, it all depends. Barbecue, it's not just like you're lighting up the oven at a specific temperature and throwing your food in there and cooking it up. It has a little bit more of touches to it. However, this kind of barbecue, I say, would take around 4 hours, 5 hours at max. So, what we're going to do, we're just going to put this grate on, and then we're going to throw our grills on top. Our ribs on top. My God, excuse me if I can get my words connected right today, because I had the sniffles for a week. We caught the cold, and today I'm still kind of messed up. So, bear with me. Alright, so I put my ribs on top of my grill right now. What I want to do, just close this up. Like I said, check your temperature. You want a temperature around 225, so regulate your temperature by using your grill grates, by using your intake grate, intake vents underneath the grill. Use a little thermometer. Don't do what I'm doing because I'm just guesstimating. However, now that this is done, we're just going to move inside and we're going to start making up a barbecue sauce. So now that we managed to get in the house after all the sneezing and the coughing that we're doing in my head not thinking straight because I told you about the cold we both have, let's start creating our barbecue sauce. So let me show you the ingredients that I got going on over here to create it with. I got some Worcestershire sauce right here. I got some tomato sauce, a small can of it. I got some apple cider vinegar. I got a cup of molasses right here. I got some onion powder. I got some ground cumin, some garlic powder, some black pepper, and a cup of ketchup right here. And I got some brown sugar. So let's start off with this. Let's just throw this cup of ketchup into this pot that we're going to be used to create our barbecue sauce with, together with our molasses right here. Okay, from here, we're going to throw in our can of tomato sauce. I'm going to put in 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. Oh yeah, one ingredient that I forgot, I have a half lemon. I'm going to juice in the juice of a half lemon right here. I'm going to pour in here 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce. You can put less if you feel like doing so. I like it, so I'm adding 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of black pepper right here, and a teaspoon of ground cumin. That's good for now. We're not going to add salt to it, or we're not going to add the brown sugar at this point, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to start cooking this up. I'm going to taste test this, see how sweet it is. If I'm going to have to add anything, I'm going to add it later. So let's just grab this pot right here, put it over here on the stove, warm up the heat. While this is warming up real nice, we're going to bring it up to a boil and drop it to a simmer. Let's just stir in all the ingredients, you know. Alright, so my sauce has come up to a boil right now. What I want to do, let's just drop it to a simmer. Stir it up one more time, and just before putting the lid on top, let me just taste test it right here to see if there's anything I want to add into it. Oh, that's delicious. I mean, I don't even want to add in some brown sugar. If you want your sauce a little bit sweeter, go ahead and add in some more brown sugar to sweeten it up. However, we're going to come taste test it in a little while. We're just going to cover this up, let this cook. You want to let this cook at least a half hour, go an hour. I mean, hey, you could go a whole hour. You can even go 2. You can reduce this to your desired consistency of sauce that you like. Because when you're doing a low and slow like this, quite frankly, you really don't have any pressure with time because it's going to take you a while. So, we're just going to let this cook for a while, and once we come check on it, we'll get back to you. Alright, so we're almost done right here, you know. We finished up our barbecue sauce. It's been 3 hours and a half, so let's check on these ribs. Look real nice right there, you know. Alright, these are practically done. What you want to do, now you want to grab your barbecue sauce and apply it for the last 15 to 30 minutes of cooking. You do not want to apply your barbecue sauce too early because there's a lot of sugar in it. Too much of this heat is going to burn that barbecue sauce and make it turn black. So, let's give it a nice painting down over here, you know. Okay. 1 coating is sufficient. Don't overly exaggerate. I mean, hey, if you want a lot of sauce, go ahead and do so. 1 coating is enough for me. So we're going to close this up. Yeah, like I said, we got the sniffles. Just like I was saying, we're going to close this up, wait another half hour. Then we're going to go to, we're going to be done with it. We're going to go inside and show you the finished product. Alright, so we finished up and everything right here. We pulled our ribs off, you know. Your cooking time may vary on your ribs depending on the size of the meat you got. I mean, I had a pretty small one, so it didn't take that long, considering yours might take a little bit longer than 4 hours. Cook at 225, use a thermometer, come out with some moist and succulent ribs. So, let's check this out right here. Let's just cut into these right here and see what's up. That's good right there, look at that. However, I think you guys got the point. Apart from that, another little point of advice I could give you guys if you feel like doing so. I didn't have any, so I didn't add any in my barbecue, but if you have either some wood chips or some hardwood you feel like adding into it, go ahead and do so. It will come out even with a better smoky flavor to your ribs. So, I guess that's just about it. We're just going to cut these up right now, plate them up with any of the side dishes of your choice. We're going to grub on this, so till next time, hope you enjoyed this recipe, and we'll see you. Okay, so we threw our ribs on the grill, and now we're back inside the house, so we're going to start preparing a barbecue sauce right now. So let me show you the ingredients that I got going on over here to create it with. I got some Worcestershire sauce right here. Got some tomato sauce, a little small can of it. I got some apple cider vinegar. Fuck. Let's start again.
What?
I know, no, it's not you. It's me too. I mean, the cold is fucking us both up. Okay.
Wait.
I'm gonna put this in the video. You're still recording. I swear to Christ, I'm gonna leave this as bloopers. However, okay.
Vaffanculo quello che dico e anche tu. Cambia la tua merda che non puoi fare niente per cambiare quello che c'è nella gente. Ma allo stesso tempo io penso da solo quello che posso fare per la mia vita.